Yo, Freedom Marchers, what's good? Snaps it look gorilla here, aka the definition, all that bullshit. This is Freedom's March channel, and I wanted to holler at y'all real quick about something very important. Something along the lines of what I talked about yesterday in my live stream. And this is just basically, it's like a continuation of that, based on something that I saw on someone else's live stream shortly after I did my live stream yesterday. It was the Radical Black Conservative Irene Yvette's channel. She was doing a live stream, and she was talking about the Brittany Renner versus Andrew Tate little showdown, right? On Just Pearly Things channel. And, you know, I agree with a lot of the things she said. Then somebody brought up, you know, women should go out and get their own money and earn their own money and get their own shit, blah, blah, blah. And I thought this was interesting for a reason that I'm going to touch on. But then Irene Yvette said basically the same thing. She thinks that women should have their own shit when they go into a relationship. And, you know, I have to wonder, what is it? What is your own shit? That's my question. You know, because we have to think about the dynamics of a successful relationship, right? A relationship between a man and a woman, a relationship amongst members of a family, right? Meaning man, woman, children. And I have to wonder what you mean by own shit, because when you enter into a relationship, into a marriage, no one has their own shit, right? There is no own shit when you are in a marriage or in a relationship. So I'm confused about what this own shit is supposed to be. Have your own things, have your own money. So I have to wonder, what does that mean? Hold on. Let me sure that I turn these goddamn, make sure that I don't fucking know. All right. What does it mean to have your own shit? Particularly with a woman who enters into a relationship. Basically, one woman said that, you know, have your own job, have your own money, earn your own money. So here's the thing though. What type of man, what caliber of man are you trying to be with if you have that in mind? What type of man do you want to be with? Do you want to be a man with a man that's an average earner that makes around $50,000, $60,000 a year? Or are you talking about a man who's a high earning man, a man who earns a lot of money? Because you have to kind of shape and mold yourself toward what type of man you want to get. Here's the thing though. It's not even really about earning money that you're earning. It's about the type of man. What type of mind state does he have? How does he move out in the world, right? Because when my wife was 22, she found out she was pregnant. Actually, she was 21. Found out she was pregnant when she was 21. I was 28. And, you know, when my wife got pregnant, I was earning less than $30,000 a year as an apprentice. Less than $30,000 a year as an apprentice, electrical apprentice. And when I found out she was pregnant, I told her, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna quit your job and you're gonna focus on being a mother, right? You have to carry this child. You know, I want you to be healthy. I don't want you to be stressed out at work, whatever the case may be. I told her she had to stop working. Then I told her, you know, we're gonna move in together. We're gonna get a home together. I didn't waste no time. And this was me making $28,000 a year. I was not about to have the mother of my children working when she is supposed to be focusing on her health as she's carrying the child, and then the health and the well-being of our children after she gives birth and all that. I wasn't having it. You know, my wife's response was, okay, all right, I'm going to trust you to handle this. $28,000 a year in 2008 or 2009 in Los Angeles, okay? $30,000 a year, that was it. So it's not even men necessarily that earn a lot of money. It's a man who wants to take care of business. And that of that $28,000, once I found out she was pregnant, she was my responsibility, and that child in her body was my responsibility. Guess what? That money that I was earning was not my money anymore. That was our money. You see, only women go into a relationship earning money and thinking, oh, that's my money, that's it. Men don't think that way. And a man who's about his business is not about to allow that to be a priority for a woman in his life. She can do whatever she wants to do outside of the relation. Like, okay. So my question is this: a woman who wants to have her own money, go to work, have her own money. What happens when you come across a man like me who says, listen, if we're gonna be together, and we're gonna have children and be a family, you're not gonna work. You're not gonna work. I want your priority to be to raise my children, not to earn money. Not I got that. You know what I'm saying? And that was me at $30,000 a year. And so why is it that women think that they can go into a relationship and be so fucking selfish? That's what I want to know. Because that is selfish to say, oh, I'm going to go into a relationship, but I need my own shit. What do you need your own shit for? What do you need your own money? So what's the deal? You want your own money, but then you want also a traditional man to cover your expenses and your children's expenses and his expenses. But you want your money to be your money to put it all somewhere over there for a bug out. You need a bug out fund. Is that what I'm to understand? You need a bug out fund. You need to take your money and stash it away somewhere. And the money I earn is going toward the household, including you and my children. But you get to have a bug out fund. For what purpose? Because my wife hasn't worked for 12 years, right? Hasn't had to earn any money. And every time she wanted to do something, a venture or something like that, I funded it. I had no problem with it. She wanted to sell candles with my sister. I funded the whole project. I funded it. I put my money into her buying the materials for the candle, doing the marketing, all this type of shit. And they started selling fucking candles. And they were doing pretty damn good. But guess what? It's their first year. In their first year, they're not going to earn. They're putting all the money back into the business. So they're not necessarily earning money yet. But what was I going to benefit from that? No. Whatever money she would begin to earn and be able to pay herself with, I was not going to expect it. But guess what? This is where her mind was. She wanted to put the money away for us, not for her. She wanted to use that money to benefit her family, not to stash away just in case I decided to leave her or some bullshit. Which, by the way, women leave the most. Women leave the marriages, not men, overwhelmingly. So any money that she earns, she chooses to use it to benefit the family. You know what I'm saying? To benefit the family. And so that's just her. That's her. That's the type of woman she is. And guess what? Now she's doing real estate, right? She just got into it. She wanted to do real estate. Guess who paid for the classes? I paid for the classes. I paid for her clothes so it should look nice when she's doing open houses and doing all this type and showing houses. I funded all that shit. And she just closed her first contract this month. Just closed her first contract. And the money she made from that contract ain't going in my fucking account. It's going to shit that she feels, again, she wants to put into the family. She wants to invest, pay down some debt, and in the future, put money away so that we can, guess what? Buy some land, buy some properties, all this type of shit. You understand? But that's where her mind is. She doesn't want to earn her own money. She wants to earn money for the family. But you're talking about putting money away. That's your own money to do what? Just in case. If you have to enter into a relationship and feel like you have to earn your own money just in case, then you don't need to enter into that relationship. If you feel compelled to want to earn your own money in a relationship where you not only do you want to earn your own money, but you also want a traditional man that's going to have high earning potential and be able to take care of you and the entire family solely off his own income. And if you still feel you need your own money for that, then you don't need to enter into that relationship. No, you need to enter into a relationship where a man is earning $40,000 to $50,000 a year, and you're earning the $40,000 to $50,000 a year, and he's living off his own expenses, you living off of your own expenses, and when y'all have children and get married, guess what? You can keep it the same, except y'all go 50-50 on the goddamn children. Whatever expenses are needed for the children, 50-50. And then anything outside of that, whatever you want to do, you use your own money. 50-50 on the house, 50-50 on the rent, 50-50 on the mortgage, 50-50 on the bills. If you feel like you need your own money, then that is the extent of the relationship you need to have. Because a brother like me, no, if you want to be with me, you're not going to be earning, you're not making your own money. I want you to focus on our children and family. That's where I want your focus at. Unless you're a trust fund baby and inherited a large lot of money, or you have a trust fund or some shit like that, where you set up for life because you have a wealthy family and you don't need to go out and earn money in order to raise my family, then hey, that's perfectly fine, because that's money that you were entitled to before you entered into our relationship. And that money, I don't care nothing about that money. The key, this is the point. Let's say, okay, you earn your own fucking money. Or you earn your own money. What happens when you get pregnant? What type of career are you going to have to where you feel like you can earn enough money to sustain yourself and your children without a man for the rest of your life? What kind of job are you getting? What happens when you get pregnant? Are you going to get a nanny? Are you going to pay for childcare? What are you going to do until the child is old enough to go to school on their own, like first grade, second grade? And what if you had a husband who doesn't want their children to go to school? What if you have a husband who wants homeschool children? You're going to get a work from home job where you're at home and you are working on a computer from the house, but you're obligated to be in front of that computer 8 hours a day, but you still have children running around that you got to take care of. So now you're stressing yourself out. For what? Here's the thing. If you get with a man who has high income, a lot of money, and he wants you to be his wife. He wants you to be his wife. He wants you to stay at home and focus on the children and the family, making his life easier when he comes home, make his life peaceful. You can work that in. You can work something into the contract to where if something happened, you get a certain amount of money. Oh, if he leaves me, I get, depending on how much he earns, right? Let's say he's a millionaire and he has a net worth of $20 million. Okay, well, if I end up leaving a relationship, if something happens, I get $5 million if he initiates a divorce, or I get $2.5 million if I initiate a divorce. You can work something out like that. Same thing is if he's only making $100,000 or he's worth a few $100,000. So you do the same shit. You see what I'm saying? What's this? What is this need to go out and all my women independent shit? Like what is that? Where is this need coming from? I have to say I was surprised to hear Irene Yvette say something like that, because I thought she was a traditional woman, And again, this is not a personal attack against Irene Yvette, but that is not what makes a traditional wife. Someone who says, oh, you need to go get your own money, get your own shit. That's not traditional. It's not about you when you enter into a relationship. When you enter into a relationship and you start having children, you have a husband, it's not about you no more. Just like with me. When I entered into a relationship with my wife and she started having children and I took on the commitment to be with her and provide, protect, and all that shit for her, it was no longer about me. It was no longer about me. I go to work, I earn as much money as I can, advance in my career as much as I can for my family. Could I do that without having family? Yeah, but I'd be traveling every other month. I'd be traveling because with the money that I earn, I would be able to do that. But it's not about me anymore. I don't put money in, nor do any man that I know that is like me. We're not going, I need to stash some money over here. I need it in this overseas account. I need to stash money over here just in case my wife leaves me so I can be okay. No, we're not thinking about that. The level of it's selfish to me. You want to be with a man that's a high earner or earns enough to take care of you and cover every fucking expense in the household, but you want to have your own shit. It's not about you. The bug out. It's a bug out fund. Oh, hey, Deuce, you right, man. I did allow my wife. Exactly. My wife can do whatever fucking venture she wants. And there's no urgency in it. I know real estate agents that my wife is pretty good, because most real estate agents, they don't close a fucking contract until a year after they fucking start. My wife closed the contract in 3 months. But she's not out here working 8 hours a day, hustling and like she does it at her leisure. Now, if she was a woman like what Irene Yvette encourages, if she does what Irene Yvette encouraged, she'd be out there right now going to going here, going there, going to that business, handing out cards, talking to people, trying to close 3-4 houses a month. But she don't feel the need to do that because she understands that any money she makes would not be necessary to sustain the household. Any money she earns, right? She is going to start picking up steam. Robert Lynn Schutz was good. She is going to start picking up steam next year. You know, she has plans. You know, she got a group that she's working with, and you know, there's a little bit of a down slump right now during this holiday season, and after that it starts to pick up. But she has plans to start picking it up. But any money she earns is going toward leveling up the whole goddamn family, not so she can put, oh, I'm gonna put this money in an account over here, and it's gonna be mine and mine alone, and then I'm gonna grow it so big just in case. Man, shit's wild, man. You don't need a man. If you want to earn enough money to leave a man that is going to provide for you, then you don't need to be with that man that's going to provide for you. Because there's a lack of trust there, and there's a level of selfishness. Go ahead, if that's your thought process to want to earn your own shit, then be an independent woman 100%. And go off and earn your money and live your life the way you want it, the way you see fit. Why save 100% of your money while a man is sharing 100% of his money just in case you want to go and live on your own fucking life? Just do it right now. Just do it right now. Or like I said, get with a man who can't provide for, can't necessarily cover every expense. And you can have your own money. He has his own money. Y'all split the motherfucking expenses. Y'all want y'all cake and eat it too. You want a traditional man. You want a traditional provider, a protector, right? Y'all want the whole kit and caboodle. 6 foot tall, 6 pack, 6 figures. Y'all want that. And then you want to have your own shit. You want us to provide for you, and you provide for you over here somewhere where he ain't got no access to it, where he ain't got no control over it. You don't need control over his finances because he's using his finances to make your life comfortable, to ensure that you don't have to work, to ensure that you do have time to raise your family at home, raise your kids, teach your kids, homeschool your kids. Because I do all that for my wife. But guess what? If she wanted to go ahead and have her own money, we could have had that one child together, and that'd have been it. I would have cut ties because you want to go to work and you want to send my children to school, even though we've been having these discussions for months as we were dating, and you wanted the same things I wanted. You wanted to homeschool children. You wanted this, that, and third. We were on the same wavelength. Now all of a sudden that no. She knew what was up. 100% true was good. My wife knew what was up. And here's the thing. My wife didn't get with a ready-made motherfucker. Right? Most women want ready-made motherfuckers. What does that mean? A man who's already earning this much, earning, in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever, a year. Well, that's a ready-made nigga. He already got the money. He already got the properties and all this other shit. And the woman is right there. Oh, I want me a ready-made motherfucker. My wife didn't give me ready-made. She got me when I was down here at the bottom rung of my earning potential as an electrician at $14 an hour. $14 an hour in Los Angeles in 2008. A motherfucker in and out was making 15 an hour. An in and out motherfucker. I was making less than a motherfucker in and out in a skilled trade. And that's where she got me at. But here's the key. My wife didn't have a father in her life. You know, just her mother. Her mother's single. She had a boyfriend, but that's a whole different story. We ain't gonna get into that. That was essentially like my wife's stepdad, but he was not good. But even with that, she knew the importance of being a wife, right? She wasn't raised to be a wife, right? No one taught her how to be a wife. Except her grandmother. Her grandmother was a wife. Her grandmother, yeah. She saw things, and then she was like, I want to be a wife. I want to be a housewife. And I want to raise my children at home. That's what she wanted. Anyway, here's the advantage me and my wife had. My best friend is her cousin. My best friend is her cousin. I grew up with her cousin. And that's the advantage we had. She knew me from when I was 13, 14 years old. She was much smaller, all up until I was 28. And I wasn't even looking at her like that until she told my brother that she liked me. And she was 21, I was 28. But the advantage was she knew what type of man I was. She knew what type of dude I was from an early age. And when she told her cousin, my best friend, that she liked me, he was like, and he knew I had my little phase, and I was out of that phase. In my early 20s, I was hitting skins left and right. And he knew I had got that out of my system because I was celibate for 3 fucking years. For my own reasons, not to make myself look like a born again fucking virgin. No, there's something happened that made I was like, I need to slow the fuck down. I was celibate for 3 years. And the first person I had sex with after that wasn't my wife. It was this chick named that I was dating. But anyway, when she told her cousin, my best friend, that she liked me, he was like, yeah, if it was any dude that I'd be okay with you dating, any friend of mine, that would be it. I had been vetted already. So she was comfortable. No, I didn't cheat. No. I was dating this girl before I knew my wife had interest in me. No. And old girl that I was dating, she was on some different shit. She was on my all my women independent shit. She had a lot of masculine energy, and that I had to keep busting out of her via orgasm. She just has so much masculine energy that she learned from her father. Her father taught her how to be masculine, basically. But I had to bust it out of her. I had to dig deep to get that shit, to get her ass to calm down. It was just too much. And then I found out she was lying about shit, and I was cool on that after that. Anyway, my wife didn't express interest in me until after I was already done with her, basically. But my best friend, I mean, she knew me. And her cousin vouched for me. And so, no, she wasn't secretly, no, she wasn't secretly lesbian. She was just like, she was very fit, like she was very feminine physically, right? She was a girly girl, but her thinking, the way she thought, right, and the way she acted toward relationships was masculine. And I, being the masculine man I am, we were just clashing too much. And it was too much work to get her to submit. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't want to have to put in all that work. Because, you know, I don't want to compete with you. I don't want to compete with women. You understand what I'm saying? On that level. No, she was trying to compete for dominance in certain conversations. And I'm not about to get in an all-out, drag-out, motherfucking mental fight with a woman when I could just give me a feminine woman. Because I have to compete in the field. I have to compete on the construction site. You understand what I'm saying? I had to compete against the men out in the real world. I'm not about to come home and compete with my wife or my girl. No, ain't about to happen. But like I said, she had her feminine moments. But I had to, it's like I had to earn her submission. No, fuck that. I had to earn her femininity. Fuck out of here. I could deal with it. It was easy. But I didn't want to have to. I was thinking about, this is not good. She wanted to be a captain of industry. She wanted to do this. She wanted to do that. She went back to Louisiana and started working for Primerica and had all these business. No. I wanted a wife that wanted to raise children and be she wanted to go on ahead and she wanted to be a queen pin. No, I'm not rolling with that. I'm not dealing with that. No. That ain't going down. Exactly. Nicki Minaj, Meg Thee Stallion, I'm not with that. No way. Anarchy Television was good. No. I wanted let me take this off before I go in the gym. I wanted a wife that was submissive and effeminate. And like I said, she was feminine physically. Like she wasn't like a butch. But she had her qualities that were like I said, she was lying about. That's really what ended the relationship. Her lies about Katrina. Anyway, she was in Katrina, and she had a dope ass apartment downtown, or in the Wilshire district in LA, that was not cheap. So I thought she had bread, but she was on government assistance because of Katrina, and she was a hairstylist and all this other shit, and I thought she was making money. Anyway, this is irrelevant. Anyway, but what was I saying? Oh, me and my wife had an advantage because we knew each other. Like we knew each other. The vetting process had been done by the time she was ready to hop on your boy. And I'm fortunate to have that. She was fortunate. I was fortunate. And so, at the end of the day, though, that's what's needed, right? But this whole get your own money shit, sis, and all that shit, no, that's a recipe. It's not, no. Anyway. Now, my daughters, by the time they become of age and ready to do what they need to do, they're going to have assets, but they're not going to have to go out and, put a career first. They're going to be able to be wives and raise their children, and wives and mothers. But I would not, if you're not fortunate enough to have that for your daughter, then I don't see the wisdom in telling your daughter, oh, you need to go out and make money and get your own shit, but at the same time require a man to be traditional. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And if it ended up working for you, good for you. But certain men ain't gonna go for that shit. And if you don't want those certain men, it's all gravy. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Gotta go in this gym. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe. Excuse me. And we're gonna keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.